Okay, so the draft just started, and we're gonna go into the next game immediately. Virtus.pro versus TeamLiquid on Infernal Shrines is right now being drafted. And here we go. We have TeamLiquid and Virtus.pro. First pick in this case for Virtus.pro. They're currently down one game in the best of 3 series here at the Heroes Battle Arena powered by Twitch and G2A. Thanks again to our sponsors for making this entire event happen, and of course, like getting the teams together for it. Infernal Shrines is a very popular map right now. It's actually one of the most popular ones. And we have at this point Virtus.pro, well, not only down a map, but that was a very impressive performance that we saw from TeamLiquid. I mentioned before the games a bit that they were, I don't really want to say lacking or anything, but they had a few weaknesses in the last tournaments where we casted them when they presented the lineup for the first time in a competitive setup. But that was a lot more coordinated what we just saw by them, and it worked really out very well for them. Like the entire setup with their cooldowns, it was incredibly well timed when we had the silence arrow move in, for example, the mosh pits that we saw. And Virtus.pro was really struggling, especially in the early stages of the game. But I also feel that Virtus.pro was playing too aggressive since they were just like moving in to TeamLiquid even when they were down a hero. Now Tyrande is banned as the first one, and I mean that's already a bit of a respect ban that's happening here. We have TeamLiquid now with the potential to ban. They could ban an Abathur here, they could ban a Sonya, a Tassadar. There's quite a few heroes these days that are extremely popular and powerful. We occasionally see the bans on Jaina or Kel'Thas too. There's so many heroes that are tier 1 that I would really say it's difficult to ban something out. Normally what you're trying to do is make sure that your opponent doesn't really get strong combos. You can't really prevent them from getting a strong hero, but at least you can try and limit their options when it comes to combos like Muradin, Tyrande, Muradin, Jaina. There's that Tassadar ban again that they want to get rid of. And that means that both of our supports, both of our supports here are being banned. So with Virtus.pro, I mean, let's see how exactly they're going to draft this. Oftentimes we see Abathur as a start into the draft. We've seen Sonya as a start into the draft. There's the Jaina and Kel'Thas option to be considered as well. And especially I feel Jaina as a first pick is strong because you take Jaina away from the potential, there she is, from the potential Abathur and Sonya. And also from other combos like with Muradin, for example, even though it's not quite as potent as having her with Tyrande. So for now, we have TeamLiquid. And TeamLiquid actually had a couple of very interesting approaches to the drafts as well. Normally, I would say good drafts here would be, they go in Kel'Thas and Muradin. I would have even leaned towards an Abathur again, especially since we, of course, saw Vortex play Abathur quite a bit in the old patches, and he was quite strong on those. So that's something to be considered here. But they decided to go Kel'Thas, Muradin for now, which leaves Abathur still open to Virtus.pro. Now, Abathur was played in the last game already by Virtus.pro, and that double Jaina comp didn't really work out the way that they intended. So it's something that they have also to be aware of going into this now, that in the last game it wasn't successful for them, but it's also a great map for Abathur, just because these objective fights take so long that you can easily just deal with it. Oh, look at that, an ETC early on in the game already. If he gets a good mosh pit on one of these Infernal Shrines, then Jaina can of course deliver the damage that they need to really burst on a target. So it's very interesting that they commit this early to ETC here. And if they get that mosh pit, well, we all know what happens then. You can get an entire team wipe out of one of these. If there's no damage, of course, to follow it up, then ETC can dance all day long and nothing is going to happen. But Jaina has that damage, and that's something that they are going to try and use here. Virtus.pro isn't done yet, though. They can go into maybe even... I'm thinking about potential Sonya that we could see there, but I'm not 100% certain if they would really commit to that considering the rest of their lineup. Sonya plus Jaina is a lot of damage, and they go for the Vikings. I actually expected the Vikings more to be taken by TeamLiquid than by Virtus.pro. I'm liking it either way. Kuni-chan has played in the past, I think, a lot of Vikings for them. He's, of course, not part of the setup anymore. Who's playing the Vikings for them right now? I'm actually feeling a little bit silly that I can't remember. Was it Andy Lendy that is going for the Viking play? I think so. So, yeah, Virtus.pro decides that they want to have a lot of experience here. The reason for the Vikings is why they're good on this map is basically the same why Abathur rocks on this map. What you can do is you just, like, move in and go straight for a hero positioning on every lane like a Viking, and once these fights happen, then you can just like say, alright boys, we got it, we go into the battles right now, and we have the Vikings everywhere, we delay the fight for the objective, and let the Vikings soak experience, get a lead in levels, in talents, and then we roll our opponents with that advantage. Bans on Falstad and on Tyrael. Tyrael banned out as TeamLiquid is, of course, planning on playing a lot with that damage on Kel'Thas, and that's something that you want to get, like, you want to make sure that your opponent doesn't use Sanctification here. They could even add even a bit more of that kind of damage. Sonya is still out there. And I think that Sonya is definitely a hero that TeamLiquid should consider at this point. Sonya Uther, for example, would be brilliant. Uther is already taken, and I'm still a massive fan of seeing that Sonya right now, as that Uther is in. But they pick Sylvanas again. And, well, they can still go into a Sonya, or they can just simply say, hey, we want to use a different hero here. But I think Sonya would be a very good frontliner if Virtus.pro doesn't decide to take her as well. Because right now, of course, Virtus.pro, first of all, they need a healer. And with the Vikings, we could see... I guess that Charism is actually kind of nice with the Vikings as well because of that area heal that he has. You can also use the Divine Palm, which is pretty nice, but Malfurion, and here he is, would be also a good option, and is in case a good option, since Tranquility heals. You have also with a full heal build, you have then Enduring Growth, and on level 13, the Life Seed. And Life Seed in particular is really great if you have more buddies on the map, because you can use that. So Virtus.pro with the last pick, and... yeah, you can argue if they want to use a bit more damage, but I suppose a bit of more front line would be nice. Is it going to be that Sonya? She's not going to be as free to get her damage in if she's really picked, because there's no burst heal and no shields. It is Arthur's instead, and that makes sense, since he has some self-sustain and has, in general, just a very nice kit when it comes as, like, staying solo at that front line. What I would really like to see, though, there she is, the Sonya. As I said earlier, she makes perfect sense for TeamLiquid. They pick her, and they go straight with that build in, and I really like the setup that they're running here. I really feel it is very dangerous, and for Virtus.pro, it all hinges on the Vikings play. The Vikings play is going to be the most crucial one. If they can run with the Vikings the way that they intend to, then they're going to have a fun time here, but it's going to be... I feel difficult, because TeamLiquid usually is pretty good when it comes to playing around the Vikings, and that's also what they need to do in this case, because experience is really the key to win for gamers. For Virtus.pro right now. If they get the Vikings experience in that lead, then they will be able to make a lot happen here, but they have to make sure that it really works, because if they fall behind, for example, then TeamLiquid with that combo should be able to just completely walk over them, and that's the big risk that Virtus.pro is running here. We actually just saw them the other day with a Viking play that didn't work out for them, so we'll have to see if this time they can play this, I don't want to say a little bit better, but if they can actually, like, play it the way that I want to. Okay, so we have the lobby already up. Battlefield of Eternity is hosted here. Okay, wrong map. Alright, so they just confirmed it was actually the wrong map. It's the same tile set. So yeah, we're gonna go into the real map. Vortex already... Wow, he is fast. Look at that. That was a fast one. Okay, so yeah, map is being hosted, and then we can jump in and take the next game here. So we're gonna take it then from there. Alright, looks like TeamLiquid is already about to jump in. We are waiting for Virtus.pro. Sometimes it happens that both teams... Oh, okay. No, are they invited? Nope. Sometimes it happens that both teams are hosting a lobby at the same time. And I think that's exactly what happened here. Wait. Alright. So, just told them. Okay, cool. So, Virtus.pro is all jumping in. Guys, we're ready to go. TeamLiquid is in the lead. The HBA here, the Heroes Battle Arena, and we have our second game in the best of 3. So I hope that you enjoyed the coverage so far. Shout out to GTA and Twitch for the support here, and well, this is going to be a fun one. This should be a really nice match between them. I'm a bit impressed by TeamLiquid. Like, TeamLiquid from the first game that I saw from them with a newer lineup now to the last one that we just saw a second ago have improved. I was not really impressed when I saw the first game. They felt shaky. They won the match, but they felt shaky. And now, looking at that, that looked a lot more solid. That looked a lot more stable, what we just saw there. And I feel that it's really something that they are going to bring to the table in a lot of the upcoming matches now as well. So, yep, we have the game starting up now, and that means that we can jump in right away for our next map once they're ready here. It could be the last map in the Heroes Arena here for the day, the Battle Arena. We have currently Infernal Shrines as our second map, and Virtus.pro, for them, everything is online here. If they lose out now, then they are, well, down one game. It's of course like 8 teams that are in the tournament, and it's a round robin system at the beginning. So if you lose a best of 3, it's not the end of the day. Like, you will still be able to fight your way back into the ranking. So that's not really the concern for the players at this point. But still, they will have to make sure that everything works out for them as intended. But yeah, let's jump in and see what exactly the two teams can do here, and if TeamLiquid is able to be successful. And game on! The second map between TeamLiquid and Virtus.pro is the Infernal Shrines. And to the left side, with the 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series, we have TeamLiquid here at the Heroes Battle Arena with Vortex on Kel'Thas, Lucifer on Muradin, Chris on Sylvanas, Lowell on Sonya, and we have Gerd Amherd on Uther. To the right side of the map, Virtus.pro, they really need to take this one now. It's BKB on Arthas. We have Unstable on Malfurion, Sefkaja on Jaina, Andy Landy on the Lost Viking, and we are seeing Power of Dream playing ETC. Virtus.pro, they have to win this one, and the Vikings are going to be absolutely crucial for their success. One of the main reasons why the Vikings are so popular on Infernal Shrines now is that the objective fight usually takes quite a long time, so the Vikings can start to soak experience on all of the other lanes, and the whole idea is, of course, at the beginning to get ahead in experience and take a lead over your opponent. If they do that, then they have a fair chance of winning the game, but the setup that we're seeing for TeamLiquid is very aggressive. There's a lot of stuns, disables, and also direct damage kits that we are seeing now. That silence on Sylvanas did already work in the last game, and TeamLiquid fully intends to show exactly that in this game now as well. So it's definitely something that they will have to showcase, because if they just let Virtus.pro do their thing, they will fall too far behind to really recover. But you can really see the patience of Chris here at the top. He's still on his Billy mount, and he's making sure that he's just not getting too aggressive, and for very good reason. BKB on his Arthas and also Jaina, they are already there. And Chris is not doing anything. He's waiting, and he knows why. There's nobody on the map, and therefore he's just saying, like, yeah, guys, sorry, but I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to walk out there. I'm going to get killed by you just because you bait me in. Chris, in general, just an incredible strong player. And it's not only because of his like mechanics, but it's also because he's just extremely good at judging the situation on the map. So for now, we have as level 1 Shot of Fury taken. The first Viking, of course, already down. And we're seeing a move immediately with everybody focusing down ETC. Malfurion, actually. Malfurion already dead, and that is a great start for them to the game. Gerd is trying to save himself. He got body blocked quite a bit, but it looks like they can escape. They might even get a kill out of this, and they do. They get another one. That's a second kill that they get, and Olaf is down too. That's a third kill. Oh my god. Like, TeamLiquid, what a start into the game. 2.5 kills against 1. That was very, very well done here. Congratulations to them for such an opening into the match. The only kill that was, well, Kel'Thas died, but that was all that happened here. If you look at the damage here and also at the healings, the numbers definitely in favor of TeamLiquid. I mean, we were super early in the game, only 2 minutes in, so it's not really the biggest indicator here of how well the teams performed, but it's a pretty interesting, to note anyways. The level 4 talents gave us on the Vikings now also the Mercenary Lord. A great talent, 2 talents cut combined in one of the recent patches to make this one happen, so now you also take less damage from these camps, and that means you can pretty much take them solo. Look at Sylvanas. I like that idea, keeping Sylvanas solo on the lane and destroying structures with the Shadow Dagger, while the Vikings are soaking the lanes here and the rest of the team is fighting at the top. That's an interesting strategy to counteract the Vikings. Oh, BKB isolated and dead again. The aggression from TeamLiquid, I've been talking about it earlier. The setup that they have really caters to this lockdown composition. And we're seeing that in play again. Great moves here on the side of Liquid, and there we go again with another attempt to take down Jaina, and this is successful. They eliminate the range assassin on the side of Virtus.pro. 4.5 kills against 1. And at the bot lane, we are still seeing Chris do work, and he eliminated both of the towers and is now starting to move into the mid lane to probably try and do the same thing there as well. Up at the top, it's another kill. ETC is down, Gerd Amherd survives, It's kill after kill after kill for TeamLiquid. And I mean, they are up against the Vikings and they are a level ahead right now. They are an entire level ahead of their opponents. They are a talent ahead and they are still pushing these waves. You know, of course, one of the biggest ideas of having Sylvanas is pushing with the Punisher, and they will get him, or they have a good chance of doing so. BKB is falling again, and Sefkaje, is he also going to die? No, he just moves back in time. Might actually cost Lucifer on his life. But the stun from the rest of his teammates are there. They cover his retreat and now go up for the shrine again. With the level 7 talent, there's so much pressure now on Virtus.pro that TeamLiquid should be able to get this, with this Punisher. And once they have that, Sylvanas is going to take a different role because she can push with the Punisher and disable these structures. But right now, it's the scenario that we've been talking about earlier. The Vikings are at the bot lane with one of the camps. The Mercenary Lord talent helps here. And now TeamLiquid has to be careful. They need to rotate somebody down, and it looks like that has to be... Oh, the kill against ETC again. 7.5 kills against 1. But look at the experience. That's super crucial right now. The Vikings are really getting the experience for the team. And even with all of these kills, the Vikings are doing well. But Sylvanas is moving in now and is starting to disable the structures to keep that Punisher alive for even longer. And it is an arcane Punisher. You don't want to engage into that, but here comes the attack against Jaina. What a great follow-up. The Punisher jumps in and lifts, and then the rest of the team is there immediately. They were waiting for it, and they take her down. But experience-wise, they are only one level behind. If you consider what happened on the map, then that's absolutely incredible. It just shows how much the Vikings were able to soak after all. We have 8.75 kills against 1. And we have towers taken down, a fort taken down by TeamLiquid, but they're still only 1.5 levels ahead. So that just shows how much Andilendi was able to soak. Of course, it doesn't really, I mean, it still shows the fact that TeamLiquid is playing an incredible game and is super far ahead right now. They have level 10, but in any other setup without the Vikings, this would have been like basically GG already. At this point, though, we have TeamLiquid exploiting the advantage. If you have a Sylvanas and you are ahead in the game, then you should always try to push in, make as much happen as you possibly can, because you realize that you are in a position where you can easily do that. And that's exactly what they are currently showing here. They have the level 10 ability, and there is no way for Virtus.pro to seriously contest these attacks, especially with their Sylvanas disabling the towers. So they just move in and they exploit the advantage for as long as they can until Virtus.pro has a level 10. And by the time that level 10 is finally going to hit for Virtus.pro, TeamLiquid will already be so far ahead in experience and also in structures that it's very likely that they're also going to hit the level 13 talent much earlier than their opponent. They can also rotate through the map now and get additional camps, but this is a really incredible position that we are seeing now for the, for the team in blue. I was about to say the Spanish team, and then I remembered that, while they still have 2 Spaniards, they are not completely Spanish anymore. 2 people from Spain, we have also 2 Germans, and we have 1 Swedish guy, which is basically a wannabe German, so I'll count that as a German team right there. Currently, Lucifer in position in the mid lane, soaking a little bit on his pick, riding along. But level 10 abilities are already for both of the teams, and that's the most important thing to note now, since the fight on the shrine is going to happen on eye level when it comes to talents. We have Tranquility, Chosen, Ring of Frost. The talents are as expected, and now here's that attempted battle for the shrine. So they're going to try and move in for this one, and let's see if TeamLiquid is going to go in and contest it. If they win here, then Virtus.pro is going to be in a world of pain. But so far, nobody's moving in yet. Oh, there's the Phoenix. So they're starting to go in. Andilendi is actually attempting to flank from the side here. There we go, Andilendi rushes in, puts pressure, and the silence has been used, but the longbow and Chris is dead. Chris on Sylvanas is eliminated. It was a bit of an awkward flank, to be honest, but it worked extremely well. So they get the kill, and that's what Virtus.pro needed. They're still 1.5 levels behind, but that might be a Punisher for them. And that could really starting to tip the scale a bit in their favor again. For now, we're seeing Liquid, though, trying to get as many of these minions as they can. There's another 7 seconds until we're seeing Sylvanas back. Liquid is just at the edges of the shrine area and getting those. 10 more for Virtus.pro, and they will be able to do it. But here we go. Again, the attack. Sylvanas isn't there yet. Ring of Frost doesn't hit a thing. Well, it hits minions. But Lowell and his boys are trying to get that Punisher after all. I don't think they can, but they might be able to get a kill here. Chris is back, and they're starting to move in right now. And the Punisher is not taken yet, but Virtus.pro is going to get it for sure. with those AoE spells, one of them is going to hit a minion. Mosh pit and interrupted. And they go for ETC and he's dead. So that's the move right there. Really well done. Okay, so for this point, we are now having the rest of the team dealing with the Punisher that just started to move in. Punisher is already on the way and was trying to like take down something here. But yeah, that's it. He's bursted down immediately. Yeah, that didn't really work the way that they intended, but alright, was still a good move there. Okay, so at this point we're having already the team in a position, TeamLiquid, where they have level 13, and that of course helps them now to hold that spot. We're seeing the rest of them currently starting to move around. In the mid lane, we're having Virtus.pro getting into position. We are also seeing down to the bot lane another attack to the fort, and that fort is so low, it is going to fall 100%. I mean, you're not going to be able to save this one if you're on the side of Virtus.pro. This is not going to be successful. There's the kill already. They don't have the 13 talent. It's going to hit now any second, but it's still another kill against Eric. So right now we have 10.25 kills against 2. And we're having, at the same time now, also the move from Lowell, Chris and Getan here towards that wall at the keep. They're going to start to take this one out as well. Even a bit of zoning happening by Lucifon. That actually looks like more than zoning. He could get Jaina now as well. Doesn't really get that yet, but still. So we have down here to the bot lane, also the push again. And the kill against Arthur's. Well played here. So here comes Power of Dream, Unstable, Andy Landy, and down goes Sefkaja. Oh my god, like they are getting old here. They were trying to move in with a level 13. And look at that move here by Vortex. Yes, he dodges also the healing wave from the side of Gerd. That was a bit unfortunate, but he's still able to dodge every single damage spell and survive here. Great play by them. 13 talents for both of them. Here comes Vortex and the rest of the team, so they are starting to move back away towards the shrine since that appears on the map. And it's just like overall a very solid performance that we're seeing thus far. They are not taking down any of the important structures yet though. They go through the walls, they take their time, they take a few camps, and they're also starting to take now, of course, the Punisher again once that they can. There's another 2 seconds missing. It's a 5 versus 5 on even talents actually, but it's also that chain bomb that is delivering so much damage in these battles now, even with those ice blocks that we are seeing for the opponent's team. So there's Rupees, there we have Jump, and at this point Get Unheard and the rest of the team is just like trying to go straight for the minions. It's a bit doubtful if they can really contest. There's 26 already gathered, so very unlikely that Virtus.pro is able to take that. If they get a kill in a great mosh pit, they could, but so many of their abilities are also in cooldown. ETC with the attempt, but well, that mosh pit got interrupted right away. He's now down 2. And, well, there we go. The rest of the team is also moving around. So, bam, there's the kill against Jaina. It's a slaughter. Right now, TeamLiquid is playing an amazing game. They're playing an absolutely amazing game here. Chris, Lucifron, like everywhere. Everywhere we just like see these guys doing their thing, moving from lane to lane, getting kill after kill and playing an absolutely incredible game. So, yep, there's the kill against Malfurion. They are going to get maybe even one of those Vikings. Not that it matters, though. But they have the Punisher at the bot lane. This up at the top is doing a bit of damage though, of course, since Andy Landy is just like pushing this with a mercenary lore talent that he picked up earlier. But if you're looking at the bot lane, this is where they're moving in with the Punisher now. And theoretically, they can even try to go for core with this. They have a talent lead. It would be a bit of a greedy move. If they want to play it super safe, then they would move away and start to take other keeps. But they can definitely try and core here. And it looks like they are going to do exactly that. It's a 5 versus 5 another second, but with that Punisher, they get the snipe against ETC, and with that kill, they should easily be able to drop the core. A nice Ring of Frost that has been used here by Sefkaja, but that's the kill against Jaina. That was the last thing that Jaina did, and this is very likely going to be the end. We have now Malfurion super low. Here comes the stuns against Arthur's. The Punisher is on the core. Jumps at this point, Malfurion. And the Viking longboat is also history. Down here we see still that battle between Lowell and BKB, and yep, that is the end for Arthurs now as well. He's not going to escape this one. So he dies. They are already on the core. They're doing their damage here, and this is definitely going to be game. A 2-0 victory for TeamLiquid at the tournament here at the HBA, the Heroes Battle Arena, powered by Twitch and G2A. Very well played here, and a very impressive performance that we're currently seeing on the side of TeamLiquid. Extremely well done and a well-deserved victory.